Yo, yo, yo. What's good, folkers? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you. Yo. Well, you damn phone calls when I'm trying to go live. Anyway, what's good, folkers? Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. This is Tyrus Bane. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy channel, where I'm going to discuss how people are threatening individuals for exposing child sex predators, as they should. Okay, I'm referring to Tazzo TV that I know of right now. So apparently, Tazzo TV did a live. I don't know. It was probably kind of early in the morning or some time ago, yesterday, and apparently he had received some threats from some Mighty Mouse supporters. And I'm just thinking about how backwards the world is when you have someone threatening an individual, openly threatening individuals for exposing child sex predators. Okay? Why do I say that Mouse is a child sex predator? Because it's on his paperwork. He was convicted for it. He pled to it. Okay? He pled guilty. Whether he pled guilty to reduce his time or whatever the case may be, he pled guilty, and he has yet to deny having done that. Okay? So we putting him on blast, point blank in the period. And not only that, he lied about the age that he got convicted for it. He lied about the age the offense was. And so, yeah, when you find these things out, it's our duty as people, as men, right? As men, it is what it is. As men on this type of platform who have some form of a following, it's our duty to put that shit out there, especially if Mighty Mouse is out here going into neighborhoods, dealing with the youth in some form of fashion, going to parks, right? Meeting up at parks and shit. All that. It's our duty to put that shit out there. If we don't, then we're implicit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be implicit. I'm trying to shut the shit down. You know what I'm saying? I heard about this dude, Big Lance. Apparently there's a guy in Virginia, name is Big Lance. Apparently he's one of the cats that threatened Tazzo. This is the thing, man. He's supposed to be Mighty Mouse's cousin, all right? And I understand, you want to have loyalty for your cousin, but Big Lance, as the cousin of a child sex predator, you really going to defend that and defend and threaten someone who is putting that information out there? I just watched a video where you sat there and was talking about how the video is called Chomo Slayer, okay, by Big Lance on YouTube. He talked about, he told a story about him and his partner was beating on chomos in prison. They found out it was chomos. And so I would ask you, if Mighty Mouse is a convicted sex offender, what have you done to him? Probably nothing, right? Because he's your cousin. It's okay if your cousin is a chomo, right? Why do I keep calling Mouse a chomo? Well, because he has yet to deny being a chomo, and the level of arrogance and the lack of compassion, the lack of empathy for that little girl that you put through the bullshit, you put her through some bullshit. Whether you did it to her yourself or not, you put her in a position where it was done to her. According to somebody somebody that says they know you personally, you had them strung out on meth. The girl, the daughter, and the woman. You had them strung out on meth, and you were pimping both of them out. You know what I'm saying? That makes you the devil. All right, I don't care if you found God and this, that, and the third. If you were really saved and found God, you would not be handling the situation like you're handling it right now. You would accept responsibility and accept whatever criticism. You would accept whatever criticism comes your way. You would accept any bullshit that comes your way. You would accept any, whatever came your way, whatever consequence came your way, you would accept the responsibility if you were a God-fearing man, if you were truly a saved individual. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, you ain't behaving like that. You're blaming the girl. You're blaming the victim, like so many predators do. Oh, I didn't know she was that age. Oh, she was acting like she was grown. Oh, well, if it bleeds, it breeds. All that bullshit, right? That's the type. Yeah, that's that type of bullshit. That's that type of bullshit. But to threaten, even if, okay, you're okay with it, to threaten an individual who's putting that information out there, who's just trying to spread the message that, there is a child sex offender going into these parks where you bring your children, right? Going into these neighborhoods where your children live, to push a movement, a good movement, but a movement that he needs to separate himself from. He needs to separate himself from that movement and leave parks alone, leave schools alone, leave, you know what I'm saying? That's just what needs to happen. Not just Mighty Mouse, right? But any child sex offender who for some reason hasn't been murdered or executed. I still don't understand that to this day, how so many child sex predators don't get executed when they get convicted, when they're proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that they're a child sex offender. I don't understand how they survive. I don't understand how they live to breathe another day after the conviction, after the jury says you're guilty. I don't understand how you still alive after that. You know what I'm saying? But if you out here in the world on a registry, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got no business going around trying to do anything for the youth. And let's face it, if you really want to push this guns down, gloves up movement, and you really want to change the inner cities for the better, you have to start with the youth. And I'm sure you know that. You have to start with the youth. Well, you're not in the position, and you're not one that should be out there dealing with the youth. Point blank in the period. As a registered sex offender who doesn't want to explain himself, who doesn't want to feel sorry for what he had done. You have no say in what's going on. Okay, you started, or now you didn't start it, but you're out there doing it. You gave it some legs, you got it far, and now it's time for you to step on back. And you need to tell your little hype beasts out there who are threatening people for putting you on blast, you should check them. Okay, because they might end up getting themselves hurt. They think they're gonna go around and hurt the people that are exposing the child sex predator. But I'm gonna tell you something. The universe will not side with a child sex predator and his supporters. If you think you can just go run around and do whatever to people because they going after, people are exposing Mighty Mouse as a child sex offender. If you think you're going to hurt these people, you might turn around and end up hurt yourself. Because if you stand on principle and if you're in the right, I know it doesn't seem like it sometimes. Sometimes it seems like the bad guy wins. But no one likes a bad guy like a child sex predator and their defenders and their capers, right? Y'all want to cape for a child sex predator? Okay. Y'all want to threaten people? Okay. Just don't be surprised when you're the one on the other end of that revenge or that threat, on the business end of that. Don't be surprised if you're on the business end of that threat that you're posing to other people. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta look within yourself. If you're defending Mighty Mouse right now, knowing that he's a child sex predator, a registered child sex predator, if you're defending that behavior right now, you need to look at yourself and you need to discover why. And this is why I say I'm not anyone's fan, right? You know what fan is short for? Fanatic. I'm known as fanatic. right? I'm no one's fanatic. I don't fall under the spell of charismatic people like some of y'all do. Some of y'all fell under the spell of Mighty Mouse, and now you out here defending him. Who's Mighty Mouse? For blackly righteous folks, he is a registered sex offender and a felon, right, out of Virginia, who has been pushing a guns down, gloves up movement all over the nation. He goes into these neighborhoods, these downtrodden neighborhoods, and pushes this movement where you settle your beefs with gloves on instead of a gun, which is a noble movement, right? But recently he got tapped into the LA gangs, which is very difficult, right? Because you got to know somebody, you got to have access, you got to have a pass. And I was able to get him a pass with one of the Crip gangs, right? In the rolling 90s Crip. So I got in touch with the 90s OG, and he got in touch with his triple OG or whatever, and I was able to get him an interview, and they were supposed to push the movement together, right? Because this triple OG, he's not active anymore. But he's still somewhat of a shot caller. He has the respect of the people in the hood. So they were going to push this guns down, gloves up movement together, right? And it was going to go on from there. I was also going to set him up with some B-Dogs, some Bloods, but that ain't happening no more. Because I got family who are blood members, blood gangs. I got family members who are Bloods, and I grew up with a lot of Crips. But anyway, he no longer is going to. Anyway, my back. I can't even see if y'all can tell me if I'm back. Anyway, I'm gonna just keep talking. So he ended up getting exposed because he started, for whatever reason, he threw himself into some beef with a cat from Hoover's in LA, the Hoover criminals. All right, he got himself involved in a beef between a so-called Florida Hoover dude and an original Hoover member in LA. He got himself thrown in there with this dude, It's Milk 74. He's on YouTube, and the Hoover dude, It's Milk, ended up putting his paperwork out there that showed that he was 28, 29 years old when he got popped for carnal knowledge of a 14, 13-year-old. So from that, when I found this out, I had to do, I reached out to him. I'm like, hey man, they sit up here talking about you're a registered sex offender, like that you were 28 years old, and they got paperwork on you, and they also they talking about you run around calling black women gorillas. And so I approached him about it. I told him, I said, you need to explain that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he started for some more pressure. And then he did some half-ass explanation, not really explaining the carnal knowledge charge, but explaining all the charges surrounding that and why he took plea deals and this, that, and the third, and why he took a plea deal for the registered sex offender shit, for the carnal knowledge, because he didn't want to get 55 years in prison, blah, blah, blah. One of his partners decided to fight the case, got convicted, ended up dying in prison. He said he died in prison. He didn't really explain why, but one of his old partners, Ghost, said that it was because, he was executed. He had done some horrible things to that very girl that got Mouse caught up. All right. Old girl that got Mouse caught up, his partner had done some horrible shit to her. And when he's talking about his partner that got sent up for 55 years, you can see that he has more empathy for that dude that did that horrible shit to that girl than the actual girl herself. That's what cinched it for me. That's when I was like, okay, this dude is on that bullshit. He did it, you know what I'm saying? He ain't denying it. And so now, the shit's flying around. And for some reason, He still has hundreds of thousands of supporters, and some of them are even threatening people like me. Real life, no gimmick. You know what I'm saying? Check out his channel. He threatening Tazzo TV. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. Threatening all these people. But we have never, us, three of us, plus Ismail, you know what I'm saying, that I really see talking about this. I see other people talking about it. I just don't know them. But we're not even threatening Mouse. You know what I'm saying? We're not threatening him. We're not saying, oh, we're going to do this to you, do that to you. But we got his supporters coming at people like me, specifically coming at Tazzo TV for exposing it. What kind of shit is that? What kind of world we living in when so many people are supporting a child sex predator? What kind of world are we living in? And this is why this is so important. This right here is bigger than just the Mighty Mouse, right? Imagine if so many people are supporting Mighty Mouse even after the fact, how many people are going to support other child sex predators who happen to be famous and charismatic and part of a good movement? You know what I'm saying? Look how many people supported R. Kelly even knowing what he did. Look how many people still out to went to R. Kelly concerts knowing about what he did. Although R. Kelly didn't get convicted, we know he did that shit. It's on tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't see the tape, but, you know, people saw the tape. But somehow he didn't get convicted because they were like, oh, that's not me and all this shit. You know, the camera quality was horrible. But you know R. Kelly did that shit. And people still support him. What kind of world are we living in where we're supporting child sex predators? Why are we supporting Chesters? Chester is short for child molester. Why are we supporting Chesters? But we're threatening the people exposing the Chesters. What kind of shit is that? We should have a movement behind us to get these people out of whatever they're involved in that they shouldn't be involved in. He should not be involved in dealing with the youth in any form or fashion. Right? Would you let your child go to drag queen story hour? Would you let your child go to drag queen story hour at a library? Or would you shut that library down if they insisted on letting that drag queen read to your children about some silly shit? And not only that, some of these drag queens that are reading to your children are registered sex offenders. Where they do that at? Why is it's like it's like child sex predators are a protected class in this culture? How is it? And I'm gonna tell you, man, that is the ultimate goal by groups and many people in the government, many people involved in psychology. They want Chesterism to be looked at as a normal sexual orientation, not prosecuted, this, that, and the third. I mean, look, y'all need to check out Crown Empress, okay? She's a YouTuber. Crown Empress, she goes into, like, I don't know if she still has those videos. She has a lot of her shit taken down because she be putting that real shit out there. I forgot what this dude's name is. Kinsey or something like that. This dude named Kinsey, he's a doctor who insisted that, that grown-ass men should not be prosecuted for doing things to little children, okay? And he is the reason that child molesters, child sex predators, can only get sometimes, in some cases, 3 or 4 years in prison or 6 months probation. He is the reason. You know what I'm saying? And how is it that the justice system lets them get away with this? Because more people, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now, more people are into that than you think. That's why Mouse has been able to walk around We can't be the first ones to notice last week. We can't be. I'm pretty sure a lot more people knew this about Mighty Mouse before we did, and knew he wasn't just 18 years old. So that tells you, and that tells me, that more people than you realize are into little kids. You know why? Because they're projecting onto Mighty Mouse. They don't want what happens to Mighty Mouse to happen to them. They don't want Mighty Mouse to face repercussions because they don't want to face repercussions if they get caught or if they want to do that. This is the stark reality of the world we're living in today. And, you know, this has been for centuries. I don't know if you guys saw Bridgerton, right? There's a show called Bridgerton on Netflix. I didn't see it myself. All right. I haven't watched it yet. You know, it's one of those period pieces where, you know, back in the old days in England. But for a long time, grown-ass men was getting with little girls, and it was looked at as normal, right? I'm talking about 30, 40-year-olds marrying 14, 12, 13, 14-year-old kids. That shit was normal. So if that shit was normal then, and it just started being looked at as taboo, as it should be, for so many reasons, it should be looked at as taboo. For so many reasons. There's hundreds of reasons why that is. But Bridgerton brought that to my mind. I'm like, this shit is a lot more accepted than we think by people. They're not going to tell you that outright. But what they're going to do is do what they're doing for Mighty Mouse. They're going to support Mighty Mouse no matter what. That tells you, what does that tell you? That tells you that you can go, what? Are you telling me, okay, you support Mighty Mouse? Are you telling me that a 30-year-old can go bang your 14-year-old daughter right now? You might as well put her out. Hey, you might as well get her an apartment and say, hey, you're on your own, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Go get knocked up. Go start your family early, baby girl. Is that what you're trying to say? If you support Mighty Mouse, then you should let your daughter date a 30-year-old. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it. Look at your 13, 14-year-old. Have a conversation with her about simple shit. Have a conversation with her about relationships and life. Have a conversation. Get a feel for how her maturity level. And then go talk to a 30-year-old. Talk to that person. Right? And then make the decision to allow that 30-year-old to go and have relations with your 13-year-old. Because that you might as well do that. If you're threatening Tazzo TV because he's exposing Mighty Mouse, and I'm gonna tell you, it's not like Tazzo's not threatening Mighty Mouse. He did go up to one of the events that Mighty Mouse put together. Mighty Mouse wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand it. So put your daughter on the chopping block then. Put your daughter on the auction block. Let her get it cracking. Think about that. That's what you're saying. And I don't usually like fallacies, but that's a fallacy I'm going to roll with. If you support Mighty Mouse after you realize that he had relations with a 13, 14-year-old that he refuses to deny, that he did, then you are okay with your daughter who's 13, 14 years old. Hell, why not 9, 10, 8? Why not 9, 10, 11? Why not? You should be okay with them dating a 25-year-old. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying to me when you do that. That's just the reality of it. That's where I'm coming from. And you know what? I'm not going to let up off this until something drastic happens. Because guess what? He's out there in the world now. He's out there doing what he wants to do. And God knows what he wants to do, right? God knows what he's going to do. I'm hoping one day he can be removed from the guns down, gloves up movement and let somebody else handle that. Because he should not be. And everybody that supported him should not. Tazzo went to the event, told these guys, you throwing this event for a child sex offender. And they didn't give a fuck. And it was no surprise to them. That means they knew that Mighty Mouse was a child sex predator. Either long before we did or when we did, when it started coming out. Okay? And, you know, they were like, whatever. You know, he'd been doing this for 8 months. What the fuck? So that dude that Tazzo ran into, he should be okay with, you know, giving up his daughter to a 30-something-year-old. That's what I'm getting out of that. As long as he's doing something for the community, I guess. You know, hey, maybe that's an incentive. You know, you want somebody to help improve your community, give them your daughters. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Give them a reason to stick around, right? Is that the message we're sending to our community? It's already bad enough that, you know, low-income communities have these problems, right? Where they're already being abused sexually at a high rate by family members and this, that, and the third. Now you want to bring another motherfucker in there to possibly have his way with him as well. What message are we sending? What message are we sending to our children and to the world when we allow Mighty Mouse to continue to walk around here like big shit, you know what I'm saying? Not facing any consequences. He said that he got a fine for it. Somebody else told me he did 8 years. You know, second 8-year bid. Yeah, but he's a liar. You know, Mighty Mouse, he lies about shit. He lied about the gym he was training at in Las Vegas for his fight in June. Extreme Couture MMA. Your boy, Real Life No Gimmicks called him on, called Extreme Couture MMA. And they said they have no association with Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse has never been in their gym to train. Dude is a proven liar. Dude is a proven liar. And y'all still gonna roll with it, huh? Y'all still gonna roll with this proven liar who would lie about a gym he's training at. That would go that far to lie about the gym he's training at? What? What's going on? What's wrong with y'all, man? Not y'all and you know, who know better. But anybody that might see this video and that roll with Mighty Mouse, what's wrong with you? This dude is a proven liar. Time and time again, he faked rolling up on It's Milk's hood and talking to some dude on the street about It's Milk, knowing damn well it was a dude in the back seat. If he would go the dude is a liar. A proven liar, man. Let me see what y'all talking about. Unbelievable. No, not Tito. Tito is somebody else. I need to look into Tito because I heard about Tito the other day. Yeah, I heard he's a child sex predator too. We need to get all these people out of here. YouTube keeps deleting your comment. Anarchy Television. Shit's crazy, man. I think, what's up, Tazzo? Anarchy Television says, I think YouTube likes sexual predators because they keep deleting my comment about the punishment they deserve. Of course. Netflix, YouTube, all these people, man. Like I told you, there are more supporters of child sex predators. There's more people that believe that they should have their way with children than you think. Rich Boy 214 was good. Anarchy TV. BK says Anarchy TV. Nah, man, you gotta watch what you comment because If it says chomo, predator, or sex offender, YouTube automatically. Yeah, that's true. But why would they delete that? Because they caping for what's the name? For predators. Four Righteous Folks says predators back other predators with real shit. Anarchy says, yo, what's up? Sorry I missed the first one. It's all good, man. Rich Boy 214 says we live in upside down world, no doubt. For Black Righteous Folks, no, Mighty Mouse of UFL, not UFC. Yes, but that's who I'm talking about. Mighty Mouse UFL. Hit the like button. That's funny. What? Devlin Jones? What up, though, sexy? I don't know. That's random. I'll never let my kids go there if I had any. Yeah, that would be a good move. Anarchy, I'm at a loss for words. I like Mighty Mouse of UFC, but not no more. That's crazy. Yeah, look into him. Look into it. There's all kind of information out now. You just probably put, all you might have to do is put in my. James Miller says, A snap. But R. Kelly, even though a lot of them celebrities be on some weird stuff, the thing is fans just like their work of art. And well, you know what? This is the thing with R. Kelly. I hear that argument a lot. You know, you separate the art from the man or whatever. But every time you play his record, every time you buy his album, he's getting paid for that. He's benefiting from that. So I don't myself contribute to anything R. Kelly. I don't play his music. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't give it no life because I'm not gonna throw my support behind it. Rich Boy with 214 says government is also into kids. Of course. Oh, there's a Mighty Mouse in UFC? Okay. Anarchy Television says still is normal in some countries. Yeah, some countries still normal. A lot of Arabic countries, they still be they marry 7, 8-year-olds. It's fucking crazy, man. It's ridiculous. That shit needs to stop. In some religion, that's still looked at as normal. Yeah, it's crazy. Norma Munoz. It's not the guy named Mighty Mouse of UFC, but UFL beefs. Yeah, exactly. He used to be with Street Beefs. Now he's fucking duck, dude. Fucking. Devon Fuller says, yeah, real talk, no gimmicks. Proved that it had no access to the gym. Yeah, exactly. I think it's sad that pedophiles get so many passes in the justice system. They should get maximum sentences, just like murders. And I think I don't think they should get a sentence at all. They just need a bullet immediately. Summary execution. As soon as they convicted, you know, they get their last meal, you know what I'm saying? And they can only choose between bologna and egg whites. That's it. You want some bologna, fried bologna, or fried egg whites. That's the only choices. And then the next day, boom. We don't need to waste money on these people. We don't need to waste any money. They don't need to suffer because it costs money to make these motherfuckers suffer in prison. We don't need to spend no money in their asses. In a what's the name? Oh, hell no, not Demetrius Johnson. No, hell no. Gus will say R. Kelly's still trapped in the closet. Yep, with a toilet in it. No, it's not just in your end, Anarchy. I was buffering. Dark Nebula was good. Probably, no. I'm here. I'm back, right, guys? Anyway. Listen, man. If you're threatening someone who's exposing Mighty Mouse for being a child sex predator which is he's been convicted of, been actually pled guilty to. There's something wrong with you, and you know, it ain't gonna work out for you. Let me just tell you that right now. It ain't gonna work out for you, even though there's a lot more predators and a lot more predator supporters than we think there are. The side of right is always going to prevail. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, making these threats, I don't. It's just stupid. You know, you're just exposing yourself for who you are, as you know, as a predator supporter. What's good, Black Spring with Autumn? You stupid fool was good. Last meal, fried bologna and grits. Gusto says, no, not even grits, man. You don't even get a side. Just get bologna or egg whites. That's it. Which one you want? Yeah, anarchy people. Yeah, exactly. People are weird. I don't get it myself, but I ain't rocking with it, man. I ain't rolling with it. You know what I'm saying? I pulled my support. I pulled the support of the gangs, you know, that the gang that I got him access to. That's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna get access to the B dogs that I know. You know, that message needs to spread far and wide. So, and it's gonna happen. Nah, they don't even deserve fried bologna. Let it be cold and expired. Yeah. I mean, what's the point? Might as well have maggots in it. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna live to digest it. You know what I'm saying? You're going the next day with a cheap ass 9mm bullet. 9mm bullet. You know what I'm saying? The cheapest you can find. You know, a reload if necessary. Shit, god damn it. Anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Y'all stay on these people's neck. We gonna stay on their necks, man. If y'all see people out there supporting child sex predators and threatening people for exposing them, man, y'all hit them up, man. Like, oh yeah, that's how y'all gonna get down. Black Spring with Autumn says, if you would like to support this channel, The Seeds of Dark Matter. Yes, I wrote a book called The Seeds of Dark Matter. What's up, Black Spring? It's all good. That's right, Gusto. Inglewood does not. You know what I'm saying? I got my cousin, man, Munchie B, from Inglewood family, man. You know what I'm saying? And his older brother, Munchie B, from Crenshaw Mafia. You know what I'm saying? My sister, Lady KO, from Inglewood family. I told her about it. You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, hell no. You know, so it is what it is. Time to flip that script and tear the world down. Hell yes, sir. But anyway, so I'll keep you guys updated on the situation. You know, this is now going to be part of what I'm going to do on this channel. Because something needs to be done, and so I want to help make sure something gets done. And this shit can't fly. He can't ride on that. You know, I just did a video on the pipeline shutdown and all that shit. So, you know, hopefully, yeah, Black Spring gets real wonky. I mean, there's so much going on. So, protect your children, man. Protect the children. Protect your community children. Protect your family's children. You know what I'm saying? They are precious. They are our future, and we need them to thrive. But we need them to be intact. We need them to be mentally strong, mentally intact, and mentally equipped, so that they're not, you know, destroyed. So the lives aren't destroyed by, like, this girl's lives were destroyed. Even though he said, Mighty Mouse said that the girl ruined his life. The wildest shit. I just don't get it. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. Make sure we get the word out. And, you know, hey, if I'm a clout chase, y'all call me clout chaser. Hey, I'm a clout chaser for a good cause, man. You know, just to get the word out. But anyway, it is what it is. Holla at y'all, and much love, man. I'm glad you guys are coming to support. Let's put our support behind people that got the right thinking going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually glad the situation with Mighty Mouse is exposing those who thinks it's okay for a child sex predator to do what they want to do, even if it was over 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what? The fact that you would lie about it is just crazy. Yeah, she ran her mouth. She ran her mouth and ruined his life. So that's the way he thinks about it. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Just got home and got to handle some business. So peace out, and I'll get at y'all later. Okay, Black Spring. So yeah, send me an email if you need to. Oh, hey, dude says West Coast Hassan Campbell is not needed. That's funny. Yeah, hit that butter button. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Peace out, y'all.